Hi, I'm Dave Ruff with Heel of Washington County. We're here at Ruff Fitness to talk about strength training. Strength training is literally the fountain of youth. It'll help you build strong bones, lose weight, build lean muscle that will help you perform daily tasks much easier, and even give you a more youthful appearance. Strength training doesn't need to be complicated. We're going to forget about specific muscles and talk about movements. Very simply, we're going to think about pushing exercises, pulling exercises, core stabilization, rotation, hip dominant exercises, and knee dominant exercises. Now that probably sounds complicated, but as we take you through it, makes it really simple. You get a lot of muscles working together. That means you're going to burn more calories and get more bang for your buck. Let's take a look at some pushing exercises. Kathleen is going to demonstrate a push-up. She's using a TRX, but you could use a couch or a rail. Nice job. A little bit harder. Erin is doing a push-up off the floor. Nice, Erin. Priya is going to do a chest press. Instead of a bench press, this is actually a movement-based functional exercise. She's going to step into it. Big push and step back. And you can see all the muscles working together. And finally, Sue is going to demonstrate an overhead press. She's going to clean the dumbbell and push using her legs. Very nice. Our second grouping of exercises are pull-in exercises. Kathleen is going to start off with a reclined pull-up, and this is actually a plank that's moving. You can see her core is tight and engaged. She's stiff as a board, pulling up, and most importantly, squeezing those muscles in her upper back, and we tend to get rounded over time. Second set is Julie, and she's doing pull with rotation. And again, same thing, the core is nice and tight. She's stepping, she's using her hips, her core, and her upper body. And then finally, Erin is demonstrating a bent over row, and you can see she's down nice and low. She's using her leg, again, those core muscles and the upper back muscles. Third grouping of exercises is one of the most important. It's called rotation, and oftentimes rotation is not included in strength training programs. We include it because many times you see people who are lifting laundry baskets and rotating, getting out of their car, and suffer back problems. And so we actually want to train those muscles. All the core muscles working together as one integrated unit. Sue is going to start off with rotational lunges. She's turning her hips and stepping. Those core muscles are engaged. And we're actually working on hip rotation. Excellent. Julie's going to perform a Russian twist on a stability ball. And once again, those hips are turning, the core muscles are tight and engaged. And then finally, Erin is going to perform a chop. And again, you can see her hips turn, her foot pivot, core muscles are tight, the shoulders, chest are working together. Great job. Our fourth grouping is called core stabilization. We're actually going to squeeze real tight all the core muscles, and you're actually trying to prevent rotation, which we just did in the last set of exercises. So if we take a look at Kathleen, she's doing a plank from her knees. That shortens the fulcrum, makes it a little bit easier. Real tight, and you can actually see them trembling. They're creating that intra-abdominal pressure. Erin is doing a regular plank, and again, squeezing real tight. And finally, Sue is doing a core press. That band is trying to pull her into rotation, and because of the strength of the core muscles, she's preventing it. We are on our fifth, and this is a hip dominant exercises. We're going to start off with body weight squats. And you're thinking squats, that's a knee exercise. It's not. We're going to focus on the hips. Sue's demonstrating body weight squat. She's relaxing her hips, pushing her rear to the back, Eyes are up, shoulders square. And you want to just hold that position, Sue, and show the sumo. So nice, relaxed hips. And if we wanted to regress this and make it a little bit easier, she could actually hold on to door handles or onto a chair. Secondly, Julie is doing a goblet squat, the same exercise with a little bit of additional weight. She's trying to get her elbows to her thighs, and that may take a little bit to get that range of motion. And then one of our favorite exercises, Kathleen's going to demonstrate a kettlebell swing. This is a hip-dominant exercise. She's snapping her hips, and when she's in this position, it's actually a plank. The belly button's in, the butt's tight. This exercise is also working the whole backside of her body, and once again fighting that slumping that we get as we get a little bit older. Our final grouping of exercises are the knee-dominant exercises, and when we walk, locomotion, it's a knee-dominant exercise. We're going to start off with an assisted lunge. So Erin's holding on to a strength training machine. You can use door handles, you can use a chair once again, stepping back, and that's just giving her a little bit extra help so she can stabilize. We're looking for 90 degrees on that front leg, and you can see the nice form. Julie's going to take and demonstrate the same exercise without assistance, and we're adding a medicine ball for a little bit of resistance. Her eyes are up, her shoulders are square, and once again you can see that 90 degrees on the front leg. Tremendous amount of core stabilization in order to switch legs and perform this movement. Great. And finally, Sue is going to do a forward lunge. And her arms are in opposition, just as if you were walking. Your strength training program should include one exercise from each of the groupings that we just took you through, as far as equipment and sets and reps and how often you should be doing this type of program. Check out HEAL's website, healofwashingtoncounty.org.